recorded sessions. If you want to see what the sessions are, go to hoistgroup.com, click on dashboard and go to the agenda. It's all listed in there. And if you or your colleagues have missed any of the sessions that you're interested in, as I say, at the end of the course, we will make them all available on video. Feel free to also share them with anyone in your organization who you think might benefit from any of the subject matters covered. As I say, they will be free and available, and please distribute once those are made available to you. So without much further ado, I think it's time to bring in Signor Luigi. So Luigi, over to you, and you'll see me again when the questions come around.
Thanks, Simon, and welcome everybody to today's classes. Today, we will focus on the ticketing system of our platform. We will see how we can open a ticket easily from the dashboard. And then we will see how to track the ticket that we open, the ticket that other people open in our hotel, then how to check and create reports that are useful for us on the support part of the platform, which is needed to improve the customer satisfaction. Let me share the dashboard now. Okay. Tell me when you see it.
Yes, Luigi, all good to go.
Thanks. Okay. Here we have the overview of the dashboard. Like we said last week, we have different widgets and every part can be customized. Today we are focusing on the ticketing widget. So we have two widgets which are relevant for now. Today I'm using a dashboard demo account. So all the numbers that you will see here are purely random. We have, as I said, two widgets. When we open a ticket through the dashboard, let's see again, how do we do it? We go on Contact Me and we open an inquiry form. And then we select Support Ticket. We put the description and the summary. We can also attach some files, screenshot, whatever is needed. And don't forget to put your personal information. If you know, all the accounts in the dashboard are linked to your email, but if you want to be contacted by phone or by any other means, just please input all the details needed here in the description. Once we open a ticket, then what happens? We get an email with the ticket number automatically generated from our ticketing system. And then after a while, we can see the status of each ticket in the dashboard. Here in the ticket status, we get an overview of the ticket opened in the last month, in the last 30 days. And we can see those who are in progress, pending, resolved. They are divided in colors, and they are also divided by severity. What means severity? Means that each kind of ticket has a different kind of importance for the hotel and for us as well. So, for example, if the main gateway of the hotel is down, for us is extremely important to get it fixed as soon as possible. Everything is important, but of course, one thing is the gateway is down and the hotel is completely down. One thing is we have one room access point or TV down. For us is important. We will try to fix it as soon as possible, but the severity for our ticketing system is different. The severity is done by our support center. So they will receive the ticket and the first analysis, they will assign the severity. So you will be able to see the severity here in the widget. If we do a drill down of this widget, then we can see the same graphs as before, and we can see the status of each ticket here. As I said before, we have random data, or else we will have the full list of the ticket, closed, open, pending. So we see the ticket number, the status, if it's resolved, if it's closed, if it's still open, we see who is taking care of the ticket. We have customer care, we have NOC, we have development support department. Each ticket can follow up different courses depending on the kind of problem. But the first level support is always the customer care. They will receive your ticket, they will call you back, and if the ticket require a different kind of support, they will immediately escalate to whoever is needed to do. We see if there is a room number associated to this ticket. We can see when was created and when was closed, if it's closed, of course. We can also monitoring how much time it took to be closed. We can see the subject of the ticket, the kind of problem classification, and we will see later on in the reports where we have different classification, who created the ticket, and the resolution. Now, let's go back. We have then a second widget, which is very important. Why? Because we can see in a selected period of time where we can change it. We can do in the last 7 days, in the last month, in the last year, and we can see how many ticket per voucher. The ratio here is per connected user. Okay, so if we have 100 devices or people connected and we have one ticket over 100 devices, then for us it's 1%. So here we see the graphic. It can be displayed by lines or by bar, and we can also adjust the length here in the graph to see a specific range which fit our needs. And we can analyze really quickly what's been happening in the time frame that we selected. So we have a rough idea of how many problems we had based on the number of client or device connected. If we have several thousand devices connected over this period and we have just 10 or 20 tickets, that means that we have really a good network, and those kind of tickets, of course, could be related to the user who had a different setting on their laptop, or you know, this is a generic. It could be related to the TV, it could be related to an IP phone. So we need to see a report to understand what is behind this data. But this data will give us an overview of what is happening in our network. Here we don't have a drill down because we already have everything that is needed here. Another important function with the dashboard is the report, as we said last week. And of course, for the ticketing part, we have reports as well. We can create a new report, select the category, which for us is service in this kind. And we have at least 4 templates for now of reports. The general ACD information is a report where we see the time required for the calls that have been made to the support. So we see how long it took for a support call to be taken care or to answer the phone. We see all those kind of information. Then we see the report about incident and service request, and I will show you how it looks. The number of ticket open, we see the same data as we saw in the widget, where we have the number of tickets per kind of severity. And then we have the problem report. Let's focus first on the incident and service request. As we said, we can create a report and we select the range, of course. We can do this report if we have a multi-property account, means that we can check from one single dashboard account multiple hotels, for example, a chain of hotels. Then we can have this report created for all the hotels that we need. Of course, we can select by brand, by country, all the filter that we need. This will be the column in the Excel file or CSV file that we export, which are present in the report. We can, if we don't need, we can already delete them from here, and then we do the export. I already done this, so let me share the result. So this is the, sorry. Okay, service request. Let me see. Tell me when you see the Excel file.
Good, Luigi.
Okay, so here I see a report of all the ticket that has been opened. Of course, here, because I extracted from a real, I had to delete all the relevant information. But we get the ID code of the hotel, which is an internal code for Hoist to identify each hotel in our network. External ID, if they have another identification code based on a chain, for example. Then we have the name of the hotel. We have the ticket number, which is important because we can track with this ticket number with the support every time we need it. We have the creator name. It could be someone from the hotel who sent an email. It could be our customer care who opened the ticket because a device went down. We got an alert and they opened the ticket. Here we see the date when the ticket was created, when it was closed, of course, the ticket status again, if it's open, if it's closed, if it's resolved. Then we have here the problem type. It's really important because here we can filter and identify if we have recurrent problem on Wi-Fi, if we have recurrent problem on VoIP phones or TV radio channels. If we mention in this report that we have some kind of problem, then it's important for us to do an analysis. So we can improve the customer satisfaction by doing this, because if we prevent a problem to occur, then we can be sure that our guest will be, of course, more satisfied. We can see the subject of the ticket and the solution, what was done. As we can see here, for example, many of the tickets were customer responsibility, which means that they called our support, they couldn't connect their device to the network, for example, and then we found out that the device of the guest was not configured properly, for example. Then we have the average resolution time, which is also important. The room number, if the ticket is associated to a specific room. Caller type, if we got this call from the maintenance, from the hotel staff, from whoever was, we can identify it here. And the severity, as I said before, we have different severity depending on the type of ticket. Now, let's go back to the dashboard again. And let's see the problem report. Again, we can do all the filter like before. Here we will have the total number of problem type or location and the percent of those problem per group. So let's see how it looks. Tell me when you see it.
All good, Luigi.
Okay. Again, the report is similar to the previous one, but it's simpler. We have lesser column. And again, we have the location code and the total number of problem divided by category, the classification. Here we have, again, an overview, but if we have, for example, a chain to be taken care of, a single report like this could be easy. But if we can aggregate all the reports from all our hotels, then we have a huge help on analyzing the problems that we have, and we can eventually sensibilize our staff if we need to have a better first line support to the guest, because in the end, if a guest has a problem, the first thing they do is to call the reception. If our people at the reception already know the recurring issues and they already know that it's something that they can handle without calling support, then the resolution time for the guest, it will be a lot quicker, and the support can focus on the real issues. Okay, but this depends, of course, on the structure of the hotel or the property. If no one there is able to do the support for the guest, we're always happy to help. There is no problem at all. It's just a way to help you to analyze what are the most common issues in their property. Let's go back again to the dashboard. Okay. Another report that seems fusion availability. This report is quite easy. I mean, we have just 3 columns. We have the hotel name, the time period, and the availability. Availability means that the uptime of the server. If we have, for example, a downtime of the server in one location for 1 day in the last year, it means nothing. But again, if we have 20 or 40 locations to be taken care of, a chain, and we need to see if we had issues in one of those locations for a longer period of time, then this report is useful, even if it's simple. But again, when we have to deal with big number, every single information is really useful. So let's go back to the dashboard. Okay, so that was all about the ticket and the ticket per voucher and the ticket status widget and reports.